Zach has created this amazing community over the past couple months on YouTube.
Let's go.
Where he has created this space on YouTube and Telegram, hosting these roundtables with a couple of people, including some of these guys in the front row, Graf and Jeffrey. I'm on there sometimes, and he's just done an incredible job, and I'm honestly so proud of him and all the work that he's been helping people, educating people on a number of different conscious topics. So I'm really excited for him to give this talk, and I'm going to turn it over to him. Let's give him a round of applause.
Microphone before, so this is kind of weird and getting familiar with this. How many of you guys are actually living in Sedona? You guys live in Sedona? There's some powerful energy out here. We came in yesterday, and I had to like chill out a little bit because the vortex is, I'm sensitive to that stuff, so it was powerful. So I didn't get to make it here yesterday, but super excited to be here today. I'm going to talk about, there you go, my name's Zen. I'm with, I'm going to talk about the quantum financial system. I'm going to talk about the Great Reset, Great Awakening. I've been a researcher for the past 12, 15 years, just researching everything that's just happening in the current events, and came to a lot of really cool conclusions. And a lot of people find a lot of peace when they come across my information online about what's happening with the Great Awakening, what's happening with the Great Reset, but most importantly, the quantum financial system. There's a lot of people online that say things like the quantum financial system. And for me as a researcher, I was like, okay, what is that? How am I going to make money on it? How do I actually like benefit from it? And that's what a lot of my research is about, is helping people create wins in their life, have more abundance, prosperity, and more. So we'll get into some of it today. Of course, a lot of this technology is really advanced, so 50 minutes is hard, so it's going to be a big picture, then I'll go into some Q&A. And yeah, how many of you guys, he just said, you guys familiar with crypto, gold, silver? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I already did this. I need to fix it. I don't really know how to do technology that much. Chase, how do I do this? So we've been in this centralized control system for like a really long time. So there's only 180 currencies that exist right now, controlled by the same families. A lot of you guys have been into conspiracies, you probably heard about these families. But there's only 180 currencies, and that's been the system that we've been living in for a long time. And what I believe is there's going to be a new birth to a quantum financial system that I have literally patents from Bank of America, Wells Fargo, so many PDF documentaries from the World Economic Forum, from the biggest IMFs. The biggest institutions are talking about this quantum financial system. And then we start realizing, okay, there's a Great Reset happening right now, there's a Great Awakening. A lot of this war actually is all about this, who's going to control this new quantum financial system. That's what a lot of this is about. When I live in Las Vegas, so it's a pretty like new town. And when all this was first happening with the coronavirus, literally every place went cashless. All the hotels are cashless. I can't even get a menu anymore. You go to a restaurant and there's literally QR codes everywhere. So that's really what got me down these rabbit holes. Like, okay, what's going on? QR codes are for cryptocurrencies. Like, what's happening here? And let me switch to the next slide. So the Rothschilds have this quote. So this is the system that we've been in, central banking system. Central banking. Rothschild has a quote, permit me to issue and control the money of a nation, and I care not who makes its laws. Just started flooding right now. This is symbolic for the flood of liquidity that's coming to fall on my stage. You see what I'm saying? I can't take this shit. Permit me to issue and control the money of a nation, and I care not who makes the laws. And that's what happened. Like, these people are above the law right now. They don't care. They're centralized overlords is what I call them. So what's the opposite of central? Decentral. It's really obvious. Central, decentral. So we're transitioning to a whole new paradigm. And it's so what is the quantum financial system? Have you guys ever seen those things that just go across the sky at night. A bunch of people thought it was UFOs, ended up being Starlink. You guys seen that? It was like this big, it looked magical. And that's symbolic for this new quantum financial system. It's going to be near the stars, and near the heavens. That's the metaphor of this. So Starlink and these, like the Space Force, all came to be once 45 came into power, because they're building this quantum financial system that cannot be, if I go back, ever let this happen again. So if we follow 17, they said we have to have, well, we're not online on YouTube anymore. If you follow QAnon, they said, hey, we need to have, some people might not agree with QAnon here, and that's fine. It's just information. What we do with the information is what matters. So QAnon said we need to have, if we're going to make a solution, we need to have solutions in mind that are going to last 1,000 years. So we got to make sure we create a system where a Rothschild can't pop back up and manipulate the masses and create a controlled grid again. What else is the quantum financial system? A lot of people speculate that gold and silver are going to be part of the quantum financial system. If you look at quantum computers, you actually have to have gold to build quantum computers. So people say we're going to a quantum golden age. Well, you need gold to have these quantum technologies. Like, that's why gold is so important for all these years. Silver, of course, very important. But then there's also cryptocurrencies. Some of the research that I've done with Jace and on the roundtable, you'll see there's a whole other side to that spectrum. And the crypto assets are really there to protect the network. There's so much more. The cryptocurrencies are actually generators of an entire new technology, which I'll get into later. So it's a combination of gold, silver, combination of high technology that protects it from benevolent people like the Rothschilds, cybersecurity, Space Force, Palantir. And then it's also a combination of new assets that never existed before using quantum technology, what I'll get into, like quant, I mean, it's in the name, quant, Algorand, XRP goes all the way back. We'll get into all this stuff today. I'm just going to define some of this stuff. So what are the problems it's going to solve? I already went into some of this. Central banking. So we're going to move to a decentralized world where Trump has said it, many other people have said it. We're giving the power back to you guys, back to the people. And it's also going to end correspondent banking. Am I going too fast for you guys? You guys good? Okay. So correspondent banking is a real big problem. If you guys aren't familiar with this, if we want to send money across borders, there's a middleman. So I'm not sending it to Jeff right there. So I'm not sending money from me to Jeff. I'm sending money to, let's pretend she's a bank, saying to her, and she's going to tax me money to send to him. There's a fee. So these overlords that I call them, the Rothschilds, they sit back, they got their estates, they're chilling, and they control the way money, currency flows. So basically through correspondent banking, they're taking a tax off of all of us. They're just getting free money off all of us. And a reason why a lot of these cryptocurrencies have such backlash is we're going to cut that middleman off so I can send money directly to me and Jeff without that person, tax-free, perfect. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but if you're thinking of trillions and trillions of dollars, that tax adds up, and you understand why these people have been in power for so long. They've been in power for so long because we keep beating this system. And one of the talks I just had was, people aren't bad, it's these systems that have been built for a long time that create bad men. When we fix these systems, we can have world peace. Okay, so that's correspondent banking. Obviously, that will create a level playing field through this journey. I've met a lot of people from India, Mexico, all over the world who tell me stories how XRP has saved them in really crucial moments. So a lot of people in Vegas, or even on cruise ships, what they do is they'll come to Vegas and live there for a few years, and they'll send money back home to Mexico or India, wherever they're from, to their family. And that's how they keep their family going. Now, at certain times, there's emergencies that happen in these places. And the speed at which money goes is really slow. So it takes days to get that money sent. And if you're in an emergency situation, that's life or death for some people. And I've had some really touching stories about that. That actually has nothing to do with level playing field. I don't know why I said that. But level playing field is about creating a more equal playing field. And through my research, if you listen to any of the big economic people talking, from Steve Mnuchin, even in movies on Netflix, the Startup movie about cryptocurrencies, they mention level playing field in movies. And then Trump mentioned it hundreds of times, Steve Mnuchin, even people on the communist side mentioned level playing field. And everyone's using this code word because it's part of this new system that we're creating, the quantum financial system. I went into this speed and efficiency. Now I'll get more into how that relates to us in a little bit. You guys seen this?
Yeah.
You guys seen this stuff? What do you guys think about it? Especially the guy that comes up here. Imagine if I was Clouds with the Darth Vader suit, and he comes up here, he's like telling you own nothing and you'll be happy. Doesn't that piss you off?
Yeah.
That pisses me off so much. And that's why I was doing this research. And the Great Reset is basically like the New World Order in a nutshell. Well, us conspiracy theorists 10, 12, 20 years ago were talking about, warning people about. And I'm sure you guys heard a lot about this. And it's not really important for me to go that much deeper in this talk, because what my research shows is that the Great Reset was the best thing that's ever happened to us, because if you study Newton's third law, there's always an opposite energy. So if this was a rocket, there has to be an energy, an exhaust like pushing down for it to shoot up. So all this bullshit that the Great Reset did ended up triggering the Great Awakening. And that's why all of us are in this room together, probably. But my research shows that the Great Reset has caused the Great Awakening. So we've entered this new golden timeline, and it's our job to spread this information to people, because a lot of people are still stuck in thinking the Great Reset is going to win this timeline. So the Great Awakening, what is the Great Awakening? Bringing back the gold standard. The gold standard, we had gold standard, we had a way better, higher quality of life. New technology. A lot of this new technology has been suppressed. People heard about med beds. People heard about cures to all these different diseases. I was talking to a dude outside, and we were talking about how pissed off we are at the medical thing, how they don't really do their job like they're supposed to. They don't teach real health. And that's what part of the Great Awakening is teaching what real health is, what real money is, going back to a real society. Peter Thiel has a quote that in the next 2 to 10 years, the Truman Show will not be able to be playing anymore. So that kind of goes into the whole theory, the whole saying, you're watching a movie. And what we say here is, let's turn the movie off and write the script ourselves.
That's right.
So that's what I do, and that's what we do. So we're writing the script of the Great Awakening. We're writing the script of the Great Awakening. And the funny thing is, it's actually both at the same time. People, oh, I'm Team Great Reset, oh, I'm Team Great Awakening, and you go back and forth. Or is this team going to win? Or is this team going to win? What team's going to win? You get all worried and panic. But it's actually both at the same time, because we aren't going back to before coronavirus happened, we're not going back to that world no matter how much we wanted to go back to that world. We're resetting and we're awakening at the same time. So we're resetting the timeline, we're also resetting ourselves, our awakening at the same time. So we have to get comfortable with understanding that change is going to be happening. There's going to be new technologies coming out, new things, and it's going to seem like we aren't going to know what's really going on, but if you know that it's a reset and awakening at the same time, you'll be able to find a little bit more peace. Because we're transitioning to greatness. That old world that we're in wasn't so great. There was a lot of flaws, there was a lot of errors, there was a lot of bullshit attached to that old world, and Trump has a tweet that said we're transitioning to greatness. So we're not transitioning to the Great Reset, we're not transitioning to anything else but to greatness. And part of transitioning to greatness is crumbling a lot of these old system down. So there's going to be a lot of changes, and that's good because we're in the transition to greatness. If we stay the same, that's not what we want to do. So we're talking all about this stuff that's outside of us, right? Like, okay, so the Great Awakening, the Great Reset, these bankers, we have control. And if you guys watch the round table with Raph and Jeffrey and all of us, we have the saying we control the timeline, we create the timeline. And that's a fact, we really do. And everything that's happening with this technology, with these awakenings, all this stuff, is really a reflection of you. Each and every one of you is a reflection of you and what's projecting outside of you to the external. And I'll tell you exactly how this is. Sounds crazy, but I'll start with Dr. Tad James. He's like a legend in NLP, hypnosis, all this stuff. He has this, he was doing this study. He actually passed away this year. So I'm continuing his study for him. But he had this ongoing study through the training. So every summer we had a practitioner training. It's about 7 days. And these people, when we first started this whole working hypothesis, it's a trauma removal technique. So it gets rid of negative emotions, traumas, PTSD. And when we first started this 20 years ago, it took about 12 to 18 minutes per emotion for people to let go of like big stuff, PTSD especially. And then over time, as emails started to exist, over time as cell phones started to exist, over time as things started to get faster, he noticed that people start to let go of their negative emotions, trauma, PTSD faster. So all of a sudden it went from 12 to 18 minutes to 9 to 10. And then I went to 7 to 8. And actually before I came to give this presentation, we had a training. I walked in there and I wanted to ask the lady, I was like, what is the time for the negative emotions this year? And she actually told me it's 5 minutes. So people's minds are becoming faster and faster and faster. We're being able to also absorb more information. So you know, as kids, they can't watch 30-minute videos. They want to watch a 6-second TikTok. Their minds are computing things faster, faster, faster. You lose patience. I was talking to Jeff. I hate waiting in lines nowadays. Like waiting in a line drives me crazy because I'm trying to go, and it's because we're losing patience with we want things faster. Things faster. So XRP is becoming really popular right now. It's been around since 2012, 2013, I believe, but right now people are really resonating to it, especially in the truth community. People are coming to it. People are falling in love with it too. Because it's a reflection of us, it's faster. So we don't want to, if I send money to Australia right now, it's faster for me to put it in a duffel bag, get on a plane, fly there myself. That's a direct quote from Brad Garlinghouse. That's super slow, and that's not a reflection of us. XRP, instantly, no tax, boom. And if you don't care about XRP, who cares about XRP? But it's just a reflection of us, how things are speeding up, things are becoming faster. There's many other examples of how XRP is also, it's more sovereign. So a lot of people are also becoming more empowered, and they want to take more control and responsibility of their life. XRP gives you that. So some people are like growing some balls, like I don't need Wells Fargo to hold my money anymore. I'll hold it myself. XRP gives you that access. It's also, for me, I'll tell you another story that I won't tell on YouTube, because the whole reason I started YouTube was because I was banned from every other platform. I literally got banned from every platform you could think of. Now, like, holy shit, my bank's next. They're going to come from my bank, probably. And we've seen some reports by Wells Fargo people getting their banks shut down. So I was like, my bank's next. Let me look into XRP, and found out XRP is the most censor-proof technology. Actually, the creator itself was banned from PayPal. So that was one of his inspirations, was he experienced financial censorship. And then he was like, well, I'm a computer wizard, let me just make something that no one could ever do this again. And that's kind of the story of how XRP, very libertarian, and what I believe, if you watch one of my videos, is it's a Trojan horse as well. So You'll see a lot of shady characters also involved with it. I'm not going to go all the way deep because it's a long conversation, but every World Economic Forum document, XRP is listed on page 17. So it's like, what the hell? Like that made me take a step back for real. I'm like, but that's just one of thousands and thousands of coincidences that I've found. And it's not a coincidence that the SEC is going hard not letting this technology through for the past years and years and years, while Bitcoin and Ethereum have gone the green light. I got this funny decode, so just to enter my mind a little bit, some people think I'm crazy and I wear a tinfoil hat because a few days ago, what I do is I help people create wins, and like some people in India who don't have that much money, they follow my channel, and they've created some real life abundance through these crazy decodes. So what we found is that these elite people actually want us to know about the central banks are the reasons why a lot of these wars have come to be. So like they don't want to go to Iraq to get oil, they want to go to Iraq to put their central bank in there and then leverage all the oil into their currency. And so world peace is coming as we break down these systems, as we move to this decentralized world. And how we're going to do that? In chess, there's two sides. There's the white team and there's the black team. So the white team gets first mover's advantage. They get the move first. They get most people would say they have advantage. White also, a lot of people say the devil wears white. The devil is able to manipulate the masses and seem good. Oh, get the vaccine, get this. I care about you. Like they're dressed in a white robe. Then us, we play black. Black moves second. So black plays second, which means we counter the move of white. Now the black in the shadows, we're kind of, we don't get the same accolades as playing white. We get a lot of people mad at us when we tell them don't take the vaccine. But we don't do it for the accolades, we do it for the duty. And there's a lot of other things. So basically we're countering all these moves that the Great Reset are making. And one of my working hypotheses is a lot of people are worried about the climate change agenda that's coming up and green energy. And a lot of people are worried about that. And if you are worried about that, and if you don't like cryptocurrencies, I highly recommend looking into silver right now, because all these solar panels, all these, even your cell phone that you're using, all uses silver. So silver is a great asset to move into this new electric world that we're moving into. Look into that, definitely. It's also a part of God's money. But beyond that is, if we truly do play black, we're playing black in chess, what are we really going to do? We're going to counter the green energy, we're going to counter the climate change with 0 point energy, with Tesla energy, free energy. And I have tons of proof on my YouTube videos about this. So if we go to foundersfund.com, Founders Fund is one of the most respected venture capitalists in the entire planet. You would know tons and tons of companies that Founders Fund has put together. They literally have the Tesla Tower on their website. So it's all coming. But yeah, that's basically my presentation for today. It was just a big picture of my thoughts of what's happening and a brief overview of XRP and some of these technologies. I'll open the floor up for you guys if you have any questions.